The boy wanted his grandma to give him a haircut, but his deaf-mute grandmother misunderstood what he meant. She cut his hair way too short. Tom looked in the mirror and burst into tears, but he'd promised his best friend they'd hang out together. Left with no choice, Tom wrapped a bandana around his head. He also packed all his toys into his bag. That's when Grandma handed him a handheld game console. Remembering it had no batteries, Tom turned it down, but Grandma still wrapped the game console in paper and stuffed it into his backpack. That afternoon, Tom came back from playing, looking really happy. He was hugging a teddy bear he'd traded his toys for, sitting cheerfully in a little cart. But then he flipped straight into a ditch. After climbing out, injured Tom limped his way back home. That's when he accidentally felt the game console Grandma had wrapped up, opening the outer wrapping paper. Inside were actually 2 bills. Only then did Tom understand why Grandma had saved the bus fare. Obviously, she wanted to buy him batteries. Thinking of this, the boy finally broke down in silent tears. When he got back to the front door, Grandma saw the wound on Tom's leg. She quietly wiped away his tears for him. In that moment, grandmother and grandson's hearts were finally connected. But the time to part ways was coming soon. Turns out Mom had already sent a letter she'd be picking him up soon. That evening, Tom carefully taught Grandma how to read, stroke by stroke, because Grandma couldn't speak. Sometimes they could only stay in touch by letter. So Tom told Grandma, "If you get sick, just send a blank piece of paper. Then we'll know you're sick and we'll come right away." Tom cried as he gave these instructions. Grandma listened intently, wiping her tears and nodding. Before bed, Tom threaded needles for Grandma in advance, neatly sticking them in the pincushion. This was the last thing he could do for Grandma. Early the next morning, Tom had to leave. He felt too awkward to say goodbye to Grandma. It wasn't until he got in the car that through the window, he mimicked the gesture Grandma always made to him, silently expressing his regret. The car slowly pulled away. Tom's gaze pierced through the window. All he could see was Grandma's bent figure, walking away, getting smaller and smaller.